the research, the researchers suggest that correctional burnout towards those working in correctional institutions can be associated with job involvement, job satisfaction, job stress, and overall job stress. In the research, specific possible factors that were um, included were personal characteristics rather than group characteristics, also such as gender, age, educational level, tenure, and and specific correctional staff positions. Basically, in this research, the researchers contradicted statements almost throughout the entire research article. And for example, a specific contradiction that they made was that studies on gender had mixed results in whereas men were reported to have where men were reported to have higher levels of depersonalization and reduced senses of accomplishments rather than women, for example. And while other sources clearly state that there's actually no relative relationship between either female or male correctional staff members and how that relates to their either job satisfaction, job stress, or overall burnout. Also, um, Also, they believe that overall job satisfaction was a result from a comparison of actual outcomes with others that correctional members might encounter, and the overall job satisfaction consequences that they experience were work environment, not a no support from other correctional staff members, and along with specific income or salary intake. Also, they believe that this connected to burnout, since if someone's job is not meeting their needs or expectations, they might actually want to leave and take a leap of absence or escape their environment. And basically, the researchers called this dissonance. And basically, the dissonance would either leave the psychologist alone, or have either affect them personally as their feelings, or affect their income, affect their overall state of actually working in a correction institution, and how their actions would be different as well. And basically, the survey that was used in the research was taking place in the Midwest areas of the United States, and the research had a total of 220 staff members that worked at private security prisons that were selected. But out of those 220 staff members, only 160 of them completed the surveys and returned them successfully. And actually, to improve the response rate, the researchers actually gave a reward to the actual participants, almost as a raffle, that they either could have won a reward of either $50 to ranging from $50 to $150, to gain more participants, to have a more factual, accurate response of total amounts of information. And basically, also the study also was used. The study that was used, the specific format, for example, in other words, was the Malik burnout inventory scale. And this Malik burnout inventory scale was very commonly used throughout many researchers, and it was basically used to measure burnout rates throughout. And in conclusion, the entire goal of the study was to find the relationship, such as job satisfaction, to have a special connection with burnout and the rates of the consequences of burnouts and the different variables that would affect it in the correctional institutions, and how the staff members would react. And researchers, as a result of their surveys, only found once the researchers, as a result of the surveys, from one citation, concluded that the only one characteristic that was found to be factual or correct was the type of staff members, which means basically their age or gender, specifically more so age, and how that affected their burnout rates. Also, in response to the job satisfaction aspect of the entire survey, the researchers claimed that job satisfaction was an actual protection for the employee for the actual rate of burnout towards them. Since basically if the employees were actually satisfied with their work, there would be less there would be less of a worry for burnout, or less of a consequence for burnout. Um, and but overall, researchers did believe that more research should be done to better understand which of the three dimensions of actual burnout, for example, emotional exhaustion, personal depletion, and personal accomplishment, all those three dimensions, how they would affect burnout, and how they could be concluded to completely find more factual information towards the actual result of the overall experiment of burnout.